This year, I started 20 projects. 19 failed, but one succeeded enough to be called a success. That results in just a 5% success rate. In today's video, I'll share the lessons I learned from that one successful project. The goal here is to help you get ahead of 99% of people by making smarter choices, choosing the right game to play and, equally important, the ones to avoid. You can't be good at everything or chase every trend. The secret is to choose a few essential skills and focus on them. Lesson 1. Choosing the right game to play. Have you ever felt like you're chasing something just because everyone says it's the right path, but deep down, it doesn't make sense for you? I used to chase trending ideas without thinking about the skills I wanted to develop, and I ended up burning out. All your life goals can be narrowed down to 5 main skills. If you become good enough at them, you can reach your objectives. These core skills branch out into smaller ones, forming a tree structure. It might sound challenging, but the good news is that all these skills can be practiced and mastered over time. In reality, they are just habits that, when practiced consistently, become automatic, almost guaranteeing that you can build any skill you want. What does this mean? Many people try to learn a little bit of everything and end up being truly good at nothing. Instead, the ideal approach is to choose 2 to 5 skills that will help you achieve your goals. It's like building a tree. You start with the trunk, the core skills, and then move to the branches, the supporting skills. For goals that don't have a clear path, like a career, the process is the same. Identify 2 to 5 skills that make you valuable to the world and develop them. This intersection of skills makes you unique. It places you in a special position where you don't need to be the best at one thing or have a dozen superficial skills that anyone can learn over a weekend. You carve your own path instead of competing with millions for the same skill. Science behind this. Pareto principle, 80-20th rule. Around 80% of your results come from 20% of your actions. If you focus on the right skills, you'll achieve much more with less effort. Stanford University study. Researchers found that people who focus on specific skills aligned with their goals are 43% more likely to achieve them. Practical example. If your goal today is to become a content creator, your 3 main skills might be: video editing. There are plenty of free courses online. Clear communication. Speaking clearly and having a good narration keeps your audience engaged. YouTube SEO. There's no shortage of tutorial videos on this. With these 3 skills well developed, you'll already stand out from 80% of people. Lesson 2. Learning to work hard. Have you ever felt so overwhelmed by the amount of things you need to learn that you don't even know where to start? I wasted a lot of time trying to learn everything before even starting. Many projects never went beyond creating a logo. When developing skills, you can either consume content or practice. The ideal is to learn enough to get started, do something, and only go back to studying when you get stuck. This cycle never ends, but working with intention is always better than wasting time consuming more content. What does this mean? Sometimes, we spend too much time consuming content without ever putting it into practice. The truth is, you'll only truly learn by doing. If you're unsure what to do next, think of someone you admire. What would that person do? Then go and do it. The key is to become someone with a strong bias for action. Speed is important because you learn faster. Even if you make wrong decisions, you can adjust because you're constantly moving. The more you practice, the better you understand what it means to do it well. In the end, the world rewards excellence 100 times more than mediocrity. Hard work teaches you which activities have a high impact and which ones are a waste of time, but that only comes with daily practice. Science behind this. Experiential learning theory, Kolb, 1984. Learning by doing is much more effective than just studying. About 70% of learning comes from practical experience. Harvard University study. They found that starting a project and adjusting as you go yields better results than waiting to have all the answers before acting. Practical example. Want to learn video editing? Instead of spending hours watching tutorials, open a simple software like CapCut or DaVinci Resolve, edit a short video, and learn as you go. When you get stuck, that's when you look it up. The truth is, you'll never know everything. And that's okay. The important thing is to take the first step. Learn by doing. Every small action is a victory against paralysis. Lesson 3. Fighting daily resistance. Every day, there's that laziness or excuse to avoid doing what you know you need to do. The secret? Just start. The rest will flow. You know what needs to be done to progress. You know that hard work needs to be done today, but sometimes you still can't start. That's normal. In my case, I set big goals but never built evidence that I could achieve them. What separates you from your goals is a force called resistance. It's what stops you from doing what you committed to. Resistance shows up every day, but it's not a bad thing. When there's resistance, it usually means you're avoiding something important. To overcome it, just start. What does this mean? We always find an excuse to procrastinate. That's resistance. The trick is to not overthink and start, even if it's something small. No matter how, find a way to begin. Once you start, fears and worries diminish. You prove to yourself that you can start and finish something. Tomorrow, resistance will be there again, but this time, you'll have evidence that you're capable. That's confidence. Science behind this. 5-second rule, Mel Robbins. If you act within the first 5 seconds of thinking about something, your chances of actually doing it increase significantly. University of Chicago study. Procrastination affects about 20% of the global population and is directly linked to anxiety. However, when people overcome procrastination by starting small tasks, their anxiety levels decrease by up to 40%. Practical example. Need to record a video but feel lazy? Just turn on the camera and record a 1-minute intro. After that, you'll be in the flow and can keep going. Starting is always harder than continuing. Once you take the first step, the fear starts to fade. And little by little, you begin to trust yourself again. Lesson 4. Being consistently good. There's no point in being perfect for one day and disappearing the rest of the week. It's better to be consistent and improve little by little. The shortcut that changes your life in 2 weeks doesn't exist. Success stories are, in reality, the constant repetition of the same fundamentals. Everything around you was created by people who shaped the world in their own way. You can do the same. The key is to be consistently good. Most people don't work hard enough or give up too soon because they don't see quick results. But progress is addictive. When you see your efforts adding up, it brings a sense of accomplishment. What does this mean? Many people quit because they want quick results. But the truth is, the secret is to be consistent and improve a little every day. It's not about giving up all your other goals to pursue just one. First, learn to focus on something for months or years. Then, when an opportunity arises, put all your effort into it. Be impatient in the short term but patient in the long term. Science behind this. Compounding effect. Small daily efforts accumulate over time, generating exponential results. University of London study. People who maintain a consistent practice for at least 66 days can turn that practice into an automatic habit. Practical example. Want to grow on YouTube? Instead of posting one incredible video and disappearing, post videos weekly, even if they're simple. Over time, the quality will naturally improve. In the end, the world rewards those who show up every day, not those who shine once and disappear. Lesson 5. Have more fun. Don't take everything so seriously. When you have fun, it's easier to keep going and go further. The project I'm working on now is the most fun of all 20 I've done, and also the most successful. That's because I applied all these lessons. Now, I want you to write a detailed plan of how your life will be. Describe the events that will shape your journey, the kind of person you'll become, and inject fun into the process. Fun is an underrated skill. When we have fun, we persist longer in our goals. What does this mean? If you're not having fun, it will be hard to persist in the long run. Finding ways to make the process fun keeps your motivation high. At the end of life, we look back and cherish the moments when we had fun. Whether in big events or simple moments, fun makes every experience meaningful. The greatest opportunities in life aren't clearly defined paths. Sometimes, you'll stand before a door without knowing what's on the other side. It's scary but also exciting. You can't fully plan for it. You have to live it. And sometimes, those unexpected moments are the most rewarding. Science behind this. Stanford University study. People who associate fun with work are 31% more productive and 23% more likely to achieve their long-term goals. Positive psychology, Martin Seligman. Happiness during the process increases resilience and helps overcome obstacles more easily. Practical example. Tired of always recording videos in the same setting? Change the environment, invite friends to join, or record something different that you genuinely enjoy. So, what makes you smile? What makes your eyes light up? Find that and blend it into your journey. Because in the end, those are the moments you'll remember.